Hey friends, Gene Perry here with the Free Hands Academy. Thanks for checking out the channel. You know, I'm going to get back into posting content these days, probably on Fridays, just like old times. Today I'll do a little bit about the history of the Free Hands Academy, where it's been, where it's going, as well as a gig report for a show I did about 3 weeks back at the Autry Museum in Palm Springs. Thanks for tuning in. You know, I've enjoyed some time away from posting new songs and putting together arrangements for the Chapman Stick, as well as organizing events here in Southern California. These things take time if you want to do it right. Like many of us, I've had little time to spare. So since I've settled into my new home, you know, Andy and I are all settled in, and I've finally assembled my home studio, and I'm excited to return the Free Hands Academy back to some level of community service, and perhaps even to call it Free Hands Friday. I don't know what that looks like. Does it matter? I don't know. It's kind of fun. You know, Bob has this thing that he does on Saturday, which is really great. And if you don't know about that, you know, Bob Culbertson's site, it evades me at this moment, but he has kind of get-togethers on Saturdays regularly, and Chapman Stick players all come together, and I can't recommend that enough. I don't know if mine will be a live stream or a recording so much as it will be just me posting content. You know, but the idea is that if people are around and they want to talk about the Chapman Stick, you know, I expect to be able to do, you know, some gear reviews and provide some level of service in that regards, I guess. Upcoming events, you know, layout, you know, new songs to build repertoire, which is really what I'm focused on in my life at this time. Playing with confidence, regular training, structured practice, unstructured practice, you know, kind of bringing all those things together to build out confidence so you can, you know, play out with some level of confidence and not always feel like you're starting from scratch. So the Free Hands Academy was an idea that was put together to preserve the spirit of the Free Hands publication. So providing a method, a technique, and really just helping to foster the community with which to share the Chapman Stick journey. So, you know, once upon a time, I asked Emmett, I said, you know, look, is it okay if I use the term free hands in what I'm doing here? And he was fine with it. He says it's public domain and you can use that. And he's like, yeah, I'd be glad if you use that. So, he enjoyed it so much that, you know, after a while, my partner and I, so Robin, Shima Costin, who helped, you know, put together these events with me, you know, we started booking gigs pretty regularly. And each was more like fun and organized than the last, like generally, but you know, it felt more like a kind of a get together than some sort of weird like internet meetup. Like it was like family and friends, and everyone was like really committed to, you know, just enjoying themselves and having a good time and perhaps seeing something new. We always tried to include a variety of players, and whoever was in the United States at the time, you know, whether they were visiting from another country, or just visiting, you know, from within the U.S. in the Southern California area, you know, we always try to include those individuals. So people from Sweden or France or Mexico or Russia or Japan or, you know, Canada or all over the U.S., you know, everyone was welcome. The idea is to kind of bring in other perspectives, opinions, approaches, and what it meant to them. So we always had, you know, the person that was in from out of town kind of do the introduction. So there's probably some YouTube videos floating around out there of people introducing Emmett, and it's just a thrill. So the end result was, you know, it was open to Chapman Stick players from, you know, all corners of the musical hemisphere, and that it encouraged thoughtful dialogue and the kind of the shared pursuit of playing with passion. That was, you know, the whole idea. And it's continued to some extent, but so much of it is contingent upon me. And I've been really busy with my work at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory and being a dad and, you know, having a wife and being married and, you know, trying to be a good husband, and all these things that go on outside of making, YouTube videos. So here we are again, and I'm looking forward to having a more kind of defined workspace and workflow, and being able to post content more frequently.